Long ago, I lived in the faraway land of ancient Greece and devoted my life to study what makes people happy. I had a school to teach others that was set up right beside a wealthy man's castle. His name was Lord Achilles. His lifestyle mostly consisted of parties, women, and booze. Not an ideal environment to set up a school beside, but that didn't bother me. In fact, Lord Achilles was a great example for my students. Most of us believe that to be happy we must have romantic relationships. Although it's fun to have a special someone, it can easily lead to jealousy, misunderstanding, and cheating. Ow! The students found it easier to learn, and a show was put on for every lesson. Another thing people believe equals happiness is a lot of money, new clothes to wear every day, 10-course feasts, and having the strongest and finest horse in all of Greece. Ow! Lastly, humans believe that luxury can make them happy, like big glamorous houses. There was a knock on my door during one of my lessons. It was Lord Achilles, warning me that in less than a week my school would be demolished.
This silly school is taking up space that I need for expanding the size of my castle.
But your castle is already big enough. There's no need for an extension.
I hear that you teach happiness here. I can't imagine how you do that in such a tiny hut.
It's actually wonderful. We have everything we need. You're welcome to join us anytime.
Ha 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 ha. Me? What could you possibly teach me? I have everything already. Things people like you can only dream about.
Suddenly, I had a great idea that can possibly save my school and change Lord Achilles' mind. What if I could convince you that you don't need all that? Then can I keep my school?
Ha ha ha. If you can convince me of that, I'll demolish my own castle. Deal?
We both agreed to this deal, Lord Achilles confidently knowing that it would be completely impossible. We started the next day. First, you must leave your castle and live with me and all my friends.
Where are all the women?
People tend to be much nicer, comfortable, and unpossessive when it comes to friendships. You will thank me later. Lord Achilles didn't like that he couldn't have women around.
It's only for now. I just need to get rid of that ridiculous school first.
Secondly, start working or making things for yourself. Try farming, painting, or drawing.
Well, that is just absurd. How do you make any money doing such petty things?
Soon after, Lord Epicurus went out to the farm behind the house and sat beside the chicken coop.
This whole idea is just bad news. No wonder all these men live together. They can't afford a house of their own.
Lord Achilles found that a chicken had laid an egg. He began collecting the eggs under all the chickens and even milking the cows. Last but not least, to be happy is to find calm in your own mind. Read a book, write a book, meditate. I leave Lord Achilles in the home library alone.
Poof. Read or write? I'm not a scholar. I'm a businessman, the wealthiest businessman in all of Greece.
He noticed a red book on one of the shelves titled Phaedo by Plato. At first he flipped through the book uninterested, but soon after he sat down and began to read about the philosopher by the name of Socrates until the sun set. Before he knew it, the week was over and it was time for him to go back home.
I'm going back to my castle. Make sure to move everything out of your school. It will be demolished by tonight.
Later that day, Lord Achilles sat in his big empty castle all alone.
Why do I feel so unhappy and unfulfilled? I have all that I can dream of.
He looked outside his window and at the little school hut. I'm sorry to announce that the School of Happiness will be closed. Lord Achilles couldn't shake his feelings of guilt and sadness. He ran out of my little school hut and said,
To my surprise, Epicurus, I was a lot happier in the 1 week I spent under your teaching than I have been my entire life.
To show his gratitude towards me, Lord Achilles used his riches to open up schools of happiness all over the Mediterranean. Nothing too big, just small, humble huts.
Created using Powtoon.